one of the sharpest dudes in the entire field. He's proven that. He's had 4 top fives in 5 main events. The only thing left for him is to put the whole thing together when it matters most at the right time. He's looking for his first strap. He is stepping into his 6th Smackoff. He's got the game to win it. Is today his day? Let's find out. We go to Wisco. Benny in Wisco. Benny, what's going on? Benny.
What's up, my man? Sorry about that. Let's do this, man. Hey, Drizzle, you played yourself, homie. I'm starting to think you want to touch my camera through the fence. And, Vic, you definitely have a way with the broads. You hit more number 2s than Jeff in Richmond at a chili cook-off. And Jeff in Southfield, eating myself to sleep and blacking out sounds like a better alternative than listening to you force a silly voice with awful takes. Hey, landlord, a squirrel just ran across the top of my TV again. And while on the subject of Jeff, Jim, did you hear that Jeff Dahmer ate Reese Witherspoon? And I'd like to war Chris in Southeast Wisco pointing at the car he actually owns and yelling, "It's a Dynasty, clones!" Hey, Paul's dog, that restraining order that only allows you to see your children once a month must be rough. And at least DA didn't go on about his teeth for 7 minutes like last time. DA has gotten so chummy with his dentist that he asks for a cavity search every visit. Hey, Damon, I got a memo here from Steve Harvey. Apparently he's got a Family Feud taping at 4 o'clock and is going to need his dentures back before then. Man, I hope that there's an update on Reggie Bush. Otherwise, Brad won't have any sports takes again. And Lef, I love that you went all old school sports takes, but you didn't have to use Carl Erskine's tin can microphone. But, hey, at least it was cleaner than whatever happened to Mark in Boston. Jim, quick shout-out to the crowd at Lorelei. What's up, everyone? I hope Caleb's parents are in the crowd again over there, or as Caleb calls them, his roommates. But, no, they're wonderful people, and I hope to see him again this afternoon. I was talking with Caleb's dad a couple years ago at the event, and he mentioned that one of his neighbors had a lien put on his house. I said, "Damn, dude, that sucks for your neighbor." And he replied, "Yeah, I guess, but I still went over and asked him if he knew any way that I could get any liens in my house." I explained that we were talking about different definitions of the word lien, but it just so happens that I know a dude named Luis in Palmdale who liens in his house all the time, but that's because he's only got one leg. Now, I've spent a lot of time on this show ribbing Caleb in Green Bay, but that's all out of love and respect. I've met Caleb on numerous occasions and can confirm that he's a really good dude, much like you've mentioned yourself on the air, Jim. Kind-hearted, down-to-earth, God-fearing individual. I asked Caleb what his epiphany was as far as being really deep into religion and the spiritual side of life, and he looked at me in the eye and said, "Benny, I drove past a church one day. The sign said 10 o'clock service featuring Al, and then in parentheses, pastor. I walked in with high hopes of stuffing my face with Al Pastor tacos, but instead caught a really great sermon from some dude named Al, and from there I was hooked. Now, what I didn't do was ask him about when he ordered a bunch of product from 4 Hymns, but I guarantee it wasn't church songs that he got in the mail, based on his recently replenished full head of hair and shiny new hammer that he keeps under his belt line. Now, speaking of dudes that take their shirts off to eat spaghetti, Jeff in Richmond's kid raided his stash of gummies only to find out that they were Metamucil fiber gummies and ended up crapping all over the place like his old man does when he calls the show. Jeff, the only strap you're ripping this year is the one the paramedics are using to extract you from your house. Jeff, can you please do yourself a favor and shift your focus from the Commonwealth of Virginia to the common health of Virginia? You're like 2 Al Pastor sermons away from taking a walk with your maker. That's it for me, Jim, and as sure as Jeff in Richmond is going to poke his finger into his belly button and give it a good sniff, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, man.
Bye, man. Benny and Wisco. Always fun. Always smart. Where do you rank him? Where are you going to slot him? Where do you put Benny and Wisco? He is the king of the one-liners. Did he bring enough? Does that get him to the top?